Hello everyone. Um, some of you who have bought a new set of watercolor paint, I know you are very excited about starting to use your palette. But before you do to fill in your uh, paint on your palette, you have to please watch this video. Now, I need to explain about some logics behind or some thought processes that govern how our paint should be arranged. It is more for your convenience of our ongoing painting so that you are not confused how these colors are being used. So this is the diagram that I sent earlier. I will resend it again for those who are new. Basically, the palette itself has a different regions of setup. Now, the equipment that you're using, they are really very beginner level. So as you move on, you will probably need to upgrade your equipment. But just for the start, I need to explain about the different zones on your palette. Now, as you can see from here, they are basically arranged in 4 zones. Colors, um, these are the primary colors. So you have 3 blue. The 3 primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. Now you have more than one red. There are reasons for that. But general usage of these colors, they are being classified by warm and cool. So you have one warm red and one cool red. Warm yellow, cool yellow. Now blue has a different kind of blue. They have a different characteristics. So I will talk more about how to use different kind of blue. They are not the same blue and they are used for different usage. In the futures, I will talk about the color theories. By the time you come to that class, you will understand what's the implications of warm and cool colors. But for now, you just take what I mentioned, what I say. These 3 primary colors, you have 1 regions. So in this case, you will use up 7 slots from here to here. Now then you have a secondary color. Secondary color means that this is a result of 2 primary colors mixed together. So you have uh, three uh, three secondary colors, or I call convenient colors. Um, of course, I mean primary colors. You don't need to have a secondary colors, but to create a secondary colors, every time you mix a primary color to create a secondary colors, it will take time. So I also give another name called convenient. If you don't want to mix, let's say green colors, you can just directly pick up the green from here. But there are times that you need to mix, you will mix the yellow and blue. Okay? But there are times you don't need to want to mix, you will just directly pick it from here. So it will shorten your time to mix your colors, but for convenient reason. So this region is called the secondary colors or convenience colors. Now, convenient colors basically is one category. One is the mixtures of 2 primary color to create the secondary color. They are purple, they are green, and also orange. Okay. And there are some other colors which are very handy to use, such as the gray color. In your palette, you have one gray color called Payne's Gray. I also categorize it as a convenience colors. Now, you may not use up all the wells over here. The time when I was preparing this, I didn't have the orange. So here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So by the time you fill in the orange, you should have one left. Depending on your palette, some of you may not be using this palette, then you will have a more slot. But don't worry and not to be concerned that you don't fill up all the colors, because this empty slot, it is for your futures. You might customize your own palette. Let's say your convenient colors will be other colors that you desire to use, then you just fill in this one. So it has a provisions for the future expansions of your palette. But the basic one will be the 3 secondary color, which is the orange, green, and purple, and one called Payne's gray, which is the gray color. Is very, very handy if you have this one, just to tone down the hue. Then you have this regions called convenience zone or secondary color zone. Now then the third zone is those earth tones colors. Earth tone colors is very handy when you are painting natures where you have earth colors like brown, you know. So this now we have a different brown. One brown is called sepia, and sepia is this one, yellow ochre, and also burnt sienna. So these are the three earth tone colors that you have in your standard palette. Again, over here I have extra slot, so you can put your favorite colors in the futures if you have other convenient earth tone colors. Now, at the beginning of this talk, I have mentioned about four zones. So where the fourth zone? I have one, two, three. So the fourth zone is right here. Now, my latest palette to you actually has another two colors. If you notice that didn't mention over here, it's called lavender and opaque white. So these are the special color zone. I will update this one to include this special colors. Now there are many colors that are special colors. Special colors are color that is very hard to mix, such as the rose, pink, uh, such as opera red. You might not know what I meant, but if you paint um, portrait, that color is a special colors. Another colors may be turquoise colors. That is like greenery is a has some sort of green and blue together, but it is already unique. So these are the colors that is located over here. So hope you understand. One, two, three, primary, convenience or secondary colors, earth tone colors, and this region is called the special colors. Now, how you squeeze your paint? Okay. Now, when you squeeze your paint, first question is how much to squeeze. Second is where to squeeze. So I have my new palette over here. I have this paint with me. This is burnt sienna. Oh no, this is not burnt sienna. This is called light red. But it doesn't matter. It's not about painting. So I'm just showing you how to squeeze and what is not to do. Now, how much to squeeze is really depending on how often you paint. Now, if you don't paint often, then you don't squeeze a lot. So you squeeze um, you squeeze some over here. Now when you squeeze, put it all the way to the end, not at the front, not in the middle, but at the end. So my tube is not touching to the end. You squeeze it out and then press it down such that it is flat over here. Now if you don't put it flat, then you have extra paint that is on the opening, and when you squeeze it, when you close the cover, it will just make the whole things very, very messy. So when you release, just press it down and slide. Okay, this is how it should look like. All right. So now the amount of paint, as I mentioned, this is one squeeze of this size. Um, it's depending on how often you paint. If you don't paint often, you maybe just this much is enough. But if you paint often, then of course you paint, you squeeze more or fill up. But when you fill up, don't squeeze here, but all the way to the end, all the way to the end. Okay. And but I don't advise. Minimally, you should squeeze something like that. But don't squeeze just tiny like that. Okay, don't do this. Okay, it will dry very hard and very difficult for it to become the butter face or even the cream face. So if you're more, then it's easier for it to dry and better control for the consistencies you want. Don't worry about wasting it. This is the minimal for your smooth painting process. Um, uh, what else should I say? Um, yeah, that is what you need to do when you prepare your paint. Um, every time you finish your palette, a good habit is to clean it up. And when you clean it up, you just use tissue paper, just wipe it off. Okay, that's all. Now, for the first time of using your palette, you might notice that there are this kind of it grouped together, it doesn't spread. Now mine is okay, it's acceptable, but some of you may find that when this color it's not forming a pile but they group together, it is very hard to use. Then what you can do is to especially for the plastic, you can use the toothpaste, squeeze some on the tissue paper and rub it so that it removes the surface tensions on your um, on the surface, and then your pigment will spread better. For me, this one is quite okay because this is a quality one. I can accept it, but if you find that you can't really work on this, then you might wanted to try to use a toothpaste just to rub on the surface, and it will help to improve and let and the paint, the water colors will not be will form a pile like that. Okay. So I hope this one will give you a good start, and please squeeze your paint. Um, After you squeeze your paint, okay, one more thing, sir. You should let it dry a little bit first before you close up. Now, in this case, if you have a paint over here, imagine that when you close it up, then some of this paint will be upside down. And if it's not dry yet, then it will drop to the other side. Now, then that will be very disastrous. So after you finish squeezing your paint, then you should let it dry for a while, maybe next day, then you close it up. Okay, so that's all I have for your first palette. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Okay, bye bye.